Imagine you're a 6'3", 340-pound athlete who could move like a cruiserweight, dominate like a heavyweight, and connect with fans unlike almost anyone else. Well, that was Keith Lee. He really was just limitless. In NXT in 2018 to early 2020, he looked unstoppable, but less than 2 years later, he was gone. How do you take one of the hottest stars in wrestling and completely lose the momentum? Here's how WWE failed Keith Lee. Keith Lee arrived in NXT in 2018 after building an incredible reputation on the independent scene. He quickly became one of the brand's biggest attractions. Fans loved his combination of unbelievable athleticism and charisma. Then came Survivor Series 2019. Lee stood toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns in the final moments of the elimination match, instantly showing the entire WWE audience that he belonged at the top. Then at the Royal Rumble in 2020, he went toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar in an epic moment. Oh, and I should also mention his banger matches with Dominik Dijakovic, especially that NXT TakeOver Portland match. Oh man, go re-watch that after you finish watching this, because that match was good. A few months later, he defeated Adam Cole to become both the NXT champion and North American champion. Everything pointed toward Keith Lee becoming WWE's next breakout star. The future couldn't have looked brighter. Keith Lee debuted on Raw in August 2020, and immediately beat Randy Orton clean at Payback 2020 in a good match. That should have been the launch of a main event career. Instead, almost everything that made Keith Lee special started disappearing. His iconic entrance music, gone. His theme was replaced, his entrance gear changed. Even his presentation felt stripped down compared to the larger-than-life version fans loved in NXT. None of these changes made him a bigger star, they only made him feel less unique. But he got lost in the shuffle. He was in the main event scene a bit. I remember he had this brawl versus Braun Strowman, which is crazy. Despite this, Lee still earned a WWE Championship match against Drew McIntyre at Legends Night in 2021. He came up short, which wasn't necessarily a problem. The real issue was what happened afterward. Instead of continuing to build him, WWE slowly pushed him further into the background. He wasn't featured consistently, he wasn't involved in major stories. The momentum that had been building for years was quietly disappearing. Then came something nobody could control. Keith Lee disappeared from WWE television for months. Later, he revealed he had battled serious health complications following COVID-19, including heart inflammation that doctors warned could become life-threatening. His absence wasn't because of poor performances, he was dealing with a real medical issue. When he finally returned, fans expected WWE to pick up where they left off. Instead, he became Bearcat Keith Lee. The nickname referenced legendary wrestler Bearcat Wright, but the presentation confused fans. It felt forced. It wasn't the Keith Lee people had connected with in NXT. Rather than rebuilding his momentum, WWE gave him another gimmick change that never caught on. Only weeks later, Keith Lee was released in November 2021. Keith Lee didn't fail because he lacked talent. He didn't fail because fans stopped caring. He didn't fail because he couldn't perform. He had already proven he could be a believable main event star. Instead, WWE kept changing what already worked. They altered his music. They changed his look. They stopped giving him consistent opportunities. Then injuries and serious health issues interrupted whatever momentum remained. Sometimes wrestling is complicated. Keith Lee's story really isn't. WWE had a ready-made superstar, and instead of letting him continue being Keith Lee, they kept trying to reinvent him until the magic was gone. Sometimes, the simplest explanation is the right one. WWE failed Keith Lee.